What are the broad trends of the opportunities for startups looking to galvanize AI right now?
Well, I think what we're seeing is that AI is permeating every aspect of our lives already, and this is really just day zero. And if you look across these companies and at their growth trajectories, what you're seeing is that we're seeing incredibly, almost unprecedented levels of growth as people harness the trend and the demand in the market for AI. We're seeing revenue ramp more quickly than ever before. Companies like Modal that are helping companies put AI into production and build apps that run on top of it are able to grow incredibly quickly. And what's most exciting to me is this is just the beginning.
I think that's exactly it. For many, it's been where is the value going to lie? For now, picks and shovels, infrastructure, the actual chips, the hardware that you need to build these large language models. And then you're saying it's companies that help you actually apply to build applications that are building a revenue. Where else are we starting to see startups build the next layer of opportunity?
Oh, across the board. There's a company, for example, called Norm.ai that's helping turn hundreds of thousands of regulatory rules into automated AI compliance agents that can help financial institutions better comply with the regulations in place. And the work is so insurmountable that you couldn't do it before without AI. So yes, of course, it starts with the picks and shovels, but we're already seeing AI start to move up the application stack into categories like compliance, insurance, financial services.
Are there already too many startups? I mean, we had Clem DeLong over at Hugging Face saying, look, I'm getting calls 10 more than a week of companies needing to sell themselves to me because they cannot keep going, they can't keep growing, they don't have the money.
That's absolutely the case. Whenever you have such an incredible platform shift like this, there are a lot of venture dollars that go into it, a lot of optimism. There's a Cambrian explosion of companies. And obviously that's not sustainable, but this is also part of a healthy ecosystem, right? We have all these brilliant founders that are coming out of existing, incumbent companies to try to build something new. And they won't all be successful, but we learn a little bit every time. And some of these companies will, of course, get acquired into larger institutions, and then people will bring their own learnings and innovations into those. And that's the cycle of startups that we've seen in every other platform shift before. So I think this is a good thing, even if temporarily a little painful for some.
Erica, what's interesting is we were just talking with Wabi, and they've got to deal with Uber, Airbnb, these companies that came into existence, disrupted, and stayed independent in the previous wave of move to mobile. Now we see these weird deals going on, acqui-hires, Inflection going into Microsoft, sort of relationships built between OpenAI and every other company. What sort of companies will end up existing, or will they be bought out or M&A and deals done with incumbents?
Sure. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball, and I think it's really important to call out that, we're still climbing the hype cycle. So there is a long time to come where we'll see a lot of evolution, just like we saw in the shift to mobile. You mentioned all these companies, and they all came several years after mobile phones and the smartphone really came out. So we're going to see the same thing, I think, with AI. We're going to, of course, see a ton of M&A. Of course, all eyes are also on regulators to see what's allowed to happen. And I think you take the case of Inflection and some of these other, I'll call them creative deal structures that probably had to be put in place because of fear of regulators. But the incumbents know that they need to harness this technology. They need to forge relationships with these up-and-comers in order to remain relevant over time. So yes, we're going to see some generational companies that are getting formed right now, just like we have in previous platform shifts. We're also going to see a lot of very interesting and exciting alliances between startups and incumbents come. We're going to see a lot of M&A to come as well. And I think, some of the greatest companies of the next 20 years haven't even been started getting built yet.